Good morning, lovelies. Good to see you again. I have a interview this morning, and so I wanted to pop on and just kind of show you how to throw together a easy peasy interview look. I don't quite know what I'm wearing yet. It's not in person, it's virtual, so really they're only going to see what you can see right now. So if I wear a blouse and yoga pants, that's my business. Thanks. Anyway, I just wanted to throw together a quick look. Usually for interviews, I go fairly neutral, just to make sure that, I want to have a nice, clean, presentable face, but my face isn't everything. Like, I want to shine through the look. So that's what we're going to be attempting to achieve today. I make no promises. So first things first, always start with a clean face. I'm freshly washed. I actually did a quick round with this pore tight peeling mousse. This was all over TikTok. Yes, I did pick it up because I saw it on TikTok. But what it actually does, like it's, you shake the can up and you squeeze out a nice size amount of foam, and then you rub it on your skin. But what happens, you start to feel like it like sloughs off like dead skin, and it's supposed to like get, some of the junk and gunk out of your pores. And I did that, and I've washed my face, and my face feels like super duper smooth. So ready to get started. First things first, as always, I use my, right in the front of my face, my witch hazel, just to kind of, cleanse my face and make sure that there's literally nothing else on there. I mean, like, if I've come from like having a total makeup look, and I'll use my wipes and then I'll wash my face, and then I still pick up stuff with the witch hazel. So I always like to, keep that step in there. A clean base is a good one. So I'll just take a little cotton round and trying to be very conscious of my hairline, and just, work it over your face. Get under my chin, my neck. Yeah, and actually this time I'm pretty pleased. There's still a little bit of, but not as much as I usually see, so that's a good thing. Next I go in with the Holika. It's just aloe vera gel to add that first layer of moisture on my face. And I might be out. Let's see. I always have a backup. These you can get on Amazon. That pore tight mousse you can also pick up on Amazon too. I first started seeing these in Walmart. I don't know that they offer it there anymore, but that's where they had them. They sell them at Ulta. Be advised though, make sure you're watching, because I believe they've also released a face wash. So just make sure that you're grabbing the right thing. This is just the aloe soothing gel. And same thing, being careful with my hairline, just kind of working this on my face. Circular motion, up and out. I have to pay much more attention to my nose, because now that the season's changing, it's starting to get a little warm outside. Not that I'm outside a whole lot, but apparently I can tell that on the inside too. But my little nosy get pretty dry in these corner pockets, like here and here, and between that and then the eczema I get in my brows, I just have to make sure that I have a good moisture balance to my face. So next up after the aloe is my serum, and you'll have to pardon me for half a second because I dropped it the other day and it's still under my desk. So just a moment. Okay. Almost got it. Hey. Okay. So this is the Sunflower Sweet Serum. I don't know if you can see that, but I picked that up from a Yale & Co. It's available online, but it just adds a nice layer of moisture to my face. As you can see, like, it's really starting to build up that glow and that moisture. Like, if I decided to stop here and just, you know, go later through with the primer, I could. I typically don't, because I definitely want to add something that has SPF in it, but yeah, definitely got that glow going. So I'm gonna let that sink in, and now the next step that I do, like I said, I add a moisturizer on top with some SPF in it. Plenty of options out there. I don't have any favorites that I'm using right now. Yeah, I don't really have any favorites, but I'm gonna look for my Mirad because that one is an easy go-to. So let's see. Okay. Under eyes looking pretty okay. I may actually, let's do that. I have this other product. It's called Glow and Get It. It's a cooling and brightening eye balm by Tula. And this, just take the little top off. It does have a nice cooling sensation to it, and that's to relieve any type of like puffiness underneath the eyes. You know, I'm not necessarily super puffy, but it just, you know, if it can aid in kind of brightening up that area of my skin, I'm gonna take it. So once I sweep that on, I just kind of gently, lightly tap that in. Okay. I apologize, I've got a rogue hair trying to fly in my eye. Okay, so next up is the Mirad Essential C Day Moisturizer. This has SPF 30 in it. It's always a good idea to wear your sunscreen. I know there's some back and forth, like, you know, about who needs SPF and sun protection, you know, especially, you know, for people of color, like, oh, you know, my melanin creates some sort of a barrier. We all need to wear our sunscreen, period. It's good for your skin. Good skin health starts with, you know, like I said, the moisture, but SPF to protect your skin against, you know, harmful UV rays from the sun. You know, you want to make sure that even as we age gracefully in the sun, albeit, you know, fun to soak it up and enjoy. One of my morning alarms cut me off. I'm so sorry. Where I left off was just talking about making sure you wear your SPF 30. Super important. Important. Now that I'm done with the moisturizer, I'm just gonna let this sit. I'm gonna seal it with some grape water from Caudalie. Just let that mist kind of seep in. I probably should invest in a fan, but in the meantime, we'll just use what we got. So next thing that we're going to work on once this kind of sets is getting into the brows here. I usually like to start with my brows and then the eye look and then do the foundation around it because, and I mean, you know, I do see a lot of people do it the opposite way, which is fine. But for me, when I think about doing my brows and doing my eye makeup and all of that, the cleanup game is where it's at. You know, I may not, when I lay it on, it may not look, you know, like, oh, this is just, it's the best, it's the greatest. But when I clean it up, though, you would never know where we started. And so that's why I like to do that, because I tend to find that, and that may just be my techniques, but once I, you know, like get my foundation on and all of that, you know, it creates a lot of movement for my brows, and I really want, I don't necessarily want all of that. And then doing eyeshadow, just depending on how much fallout you get on your brush, it is so much easier to, you know, go back in and apply the foundation in places where it might have fallen, and that way you can kind of clean up everything. So, okay. I think we're just about there. I'm going to take another cotton round and just kind of dab around my brows to make sure that, you know, when I go to apply my products, that, you know, it's got somewhere to grip. So not necessarily wiping away, just kind of dabbing here to blot up any, you know, kind of excess going on there. And right in the center too, because I do like to draw, well, you've seen it, but I like to draw some of my brows a little bit inward, and I want to make sure that we're all set there. Okay. All right. So I actually am, well, I'll probably do another video once my new Precious comes in. I have been kind of adapting to the new, you know, feathered brow style, which is fun, you know. Okay, so I apologize for that look of sheer terror. I had a little bit of a Janet Jackson moment, well, wardrobe malfunction, but we're good because I have now figured out how to do some editing, like minor stuff. But anyway, I apologize. Back to the tutorial. Here we go. All right, so for the brows, the very first thing I like to do is to just get my brows brushed through. Because the very first thing about these feathered brows is that they are, you know, uniformly brushed, you know, kind of up through there. You know, my brows aren't going to do a whole lot of that just because of the way that I've trimmed them. I've kind of married the styles because for me, you know, from coming from doing Instagram brows for what? Since like 2015, 2016, you know, this is it's a change. It's like 5 years of doing my brows the same way. And now I'm trying to do a little something different. So I kind of marry the two styles, and we'll see when my new products come in, if that's something that's going to work, if it's not, what have you. All right, I guess these hairs are just here to stay. Okay. So the first thing I like to do, I do still like to underline the bottom of the brow and a little bit towards the edge because I want it to look very clean. So I'm taking my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. This is in the color Ebony. And I'm going to use, oh no. Ugh. I think we're almost to the end here. I'm going to use those same principles where I start just to the side of my nostril and a little bit down. And I'm going to start here and kind of draw it that way. And then same on this side, just to the side of my nostril, about here, and then up and over. So here we go. And this I draw diagonally up into the brow. And then I'm going to start kind of here. Oh. And draw the tail. And then just so it's, you know, I've created a nice kind of shape to the brow, I'm just going to take this up and then stop about there. So I like to give myself a little bit of extra kind of oomph to my brows, just because I like the way larger brows look on my face. But once I fill everything kind of in, you know, and then once you get to kind of cleaning up, you can kind of see what works. Like if the brow needs to be, you know, tamed a little bit and maybe not so large, and, you know, that can always be done. Rarely do I need to add more unless, you know, when I go into clean up around the brow, if I somehow have like slipped, which it happens, I've done that, you know, where I've slipped and kind of covered up a part of my brow that I actually wanted. And in that case, you know, you can just add like a little line right atop it. It's not a big deal. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so here we go. Oh, that one's a little expressive. Okay, let me see if I can, yeah. That's a little better. And we'll just see how this goes. Now, I was previously using, I still don't like that. I was previously using that Anastasia Brow Freeze. You know, I'm kind of mixed on it. I do like the premise of what it does, but I've not really been successful with the application. Now, granted, everybody does these things in different orders. Like, I've seen people go through an entire brow look and then put the freeze on top, so it kind of gives it like a laminated finish, which we might try today. You know, no harm in doing that. But just starting it off, you know, with the brow freeze and then trying to draw my brow back in. There is a tool that I guess they came out with that once you put the gel in, hold on, let me show you what I'm talking about first. This is the brow freeze. It's just a clear kind of gel-like consistency. It's a brow styling wax. That's what it is. But anyhow, when you apply it and then you can flatten it out using this tool that I do not have, because I did not see it when I went to go purchase that in the first place. So, what I like to use, which I don't see for whatever reason, NYX has this, I don't want to call it like a gel pencil type thing. But it's called the Lift and Snatch eyebrow pen, and mine is nowhere to be found. So I guess today we're gonna have to improvise. I don't know if I knocked it off of my station. makes me kind of sad. Actually, let me check one other place. I was doing a look on the go, and so I've packed up a few of my goodies in here. BT Dubs, got this from Sand and Sky. I ordered like the in shower like sand, like it's supposed to leave you all iridescent and pretty and stuff. That's my lash glue. Anyhow, oh wait a minute. Yay! But anyhow, I ordered that, and then I got like a free bag and something else. Check them out. Sand and Sky has a really good like face masks and stuff like that. I like the in-shower sand. It was really pretty. It may have more of an effect on those who, because I could see where it was iridescent, but I have a lot of red in my base, so that kind of pinky glow I didn't really so much get because I'm already a little bit red. So anyway, this is it. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. And this I create my like hair strokes. I have got to order more. Every other time I use this pen, we're doing some funky stuff. But as you can see, I get pretty wild with this. I just like to, when I'm going in one direction, I will make the hair kind of, as you can see, kind of go, I'll start at the top and have it go straight up here. But as soon as I work towards where my brow is starting to get full, I turn it slightly angled up and out and create those strokes. And then I go back in the other direction. The reason being is because, again, like I'm still graduating from those Instagram brows, y'all. I need to have some type of like fullness. So, yeah, but you can totally see where we're kind of headed here. And this isn't it. This isn't it. This is just slap them on and go. And that's what we're doing here. So, well, that's a nice bold starter. Again, same technique, usually the ones right in the front. I like to get them going straight up. And then as soon as the brow starts filling out, I will take these strokes and kind of go on a diagonal, up and out. And then back in the other direction. And then any place that you see is kind of sparse, you want to fill it in, fill it in. Okay. So they're big, you know, they're pretty like live and in full effect. This is where the good cleanup game comes in, because I definitely want to have something there to frame my face. Where is that? I'm going to dab that cotton round over my eye too, just to make sure that when we start moving forward to the eye look, that's not going to be an issue. So, excuse me, looking a little wild here, but let's see if we can combine this brow freeze for this look. So, what you're going to do, you're going to take this spoolie. This one is, I don't even know where I got this. Oh, this is $1 Billion Brushes. So, I got this as a part of like a Ipsy or Boxy. I can't remember, one of the two. but I get a little bit of wax on. And I'm not going to go over the places where I don't have hair because I don't want to wipe off what I just did, but I'm just kind of brushing that wax up and through my hairs. Okay. Okay, so maybe this is going to work for me. Maybe. I'm going to go through, get a little more. A little more. And go to the other side and just brush that up and through. Okay. And then the last thing is to kind of clean it up. Now, I've seen a lot of people only doing cleaning up the bottom because the top part is supposed to be a little bit wild, if you will, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm still getting comfortable with the whole idea, so oh, wait a minute, before I panic, let me check my to-go bag. What I'm looking for is the product that I use underneath my eye. It's gotta be in here. I packed a little bit of everything. I wasn't playing games. I want to have all my things. Oh, here it is, resting comfortably. This is the Pro Pencil from Anastasia. And I just very carefully outline kind of what we done here. So any like, oh, you see? I try to be careful, but you know, stuff happens. So this, I'm just gonna brush downward first. And then across. Yeah. I don't know, for me, I'm gonna have to clean up above the top because I'm not quite satisfied with that full on. Oh, let's brush it down first. Yeah, I'm not ready yet to go wild and free. That's not my bag at the moment. The reason I brush some of that down first is just because, you know, it's pretty saturated, the pigment of that pencil, and I want to make sure that I'm not like dragging any like I did into the brow. For this, I'm actually going to take the pencil and go back in and just create that soft line. And then we'll see. I think what I may do the next time is clean it up first and then add the gel or the wax on top. Yeah, we'll see. Okay, now I do take a different, this is my trusty concealer pencil from Trustique. And just kind of go over the top. Yeah. I'm also having to work very, very carefully because I have a new dew that I've never had to work with before. So being careful and conscious around the hairline is a new thing for me. So I'm just trying to make sure that I create a nice look, but not mess up my hair at the same time. You know, might be asking for too much, who knows? Okay. And just kind of smooth that down. Okay. I think we have it. I don't know how satisfied I am with these at the moment, but they're on. And they're thick too, which I really, really like. I don't necessarily feel like I have a, you know, like a larger forehead, but I have a big head, and so I want there to be some balance. Okay, so next we're gonna move to the eye look, and I think today we're gonna bust out something from Juvia, because they've got a lot of, first of all, they've got a lot of like just bomb palettes, but some of my favorites include a lot of like neutrals. So I just want to, I don't know what that was, it fell. That sounded a little scary. Anyhow, moving on. Oh, got a couple eyeshadow minis here that I'm pulling out of the woodworks. Let's see. But I picked up a few of the palettes. Just a few. Just a few. By a few, I mean a lot, but it's cool. Let's see what we got. This one's cool. What is this? So, okay, I've got a lot of palettes from Juvia's place. But it's fine. We're all fine. Okay, so let me just make sure that I'm picking from what I want here. Wait a minute, maybe we might be changing course, actually. I'm being quite frank. Okay. I've got a lot of the things, and I apologize. Okay, so these are the blush palettes. I don't need those. I have the Warrior 2 palette, which is the one that I really wanted to kind of dive in, because like I said, you can see it's got a lot of great colors, but they're pretty neutral, and it's a lot of matte, which I like too. I have the Nomad, which neutral as well, but I think because it's very, I don't know, there's a very specific pattern going on here that I'm going to try and stay away from today. I have Afrique, which is just like fun. Super fun. Super fun. We'll play in that another day. And then, of course, my loves, the Wahala. Yes. And Wahala 2. But the one that I was kind of, ooh, do we use this? Do we use this? This I got by, Zova. probably gonna mispronounce that. It's cool, but it's called Caramel Mélange. And look at those. These are really, oh, they smell good. But these are really pretty, and these are a lot of really good neutrals. So I may actually bounce between the Warrior 2 for a couple shades, and then, yeah, look how nice those go together. So, alrighty, let's get started. So first things first is the base. I've got a couple different bases that I use. You know, sometimes I'll use like a concealer base, which we actually might do today, I think. I'm pretty sure. Let's just go ahead and do it. Okay. So this is by NYX. It's the HD Studio Photogenic. It's a concealer, but I got it in the color 00, which is Alabaster. And just gonna apply a little bit to the lid, and then we're gonna take a blender, beauty blender, kind of blend that out. I used to have a dedicated brush for this, and it ran away. No, more than likely it got lost in my bucket of things, so I won't even go there. ¿De dónde eres, Miss? We may have to improvise again. I'm saddened. I think it's because it's a mixture of A, I've got all the things, and B, I'm clumsy as the day is long. That things tend to kind of go. Anyway, we'll just take a brush and sweep that across. And like I said, the beauty is, you know, if we make mistakes here, the foundation's not on, you know. There's a lot of things we can kind of correct as we go along here, so it's always a good thing. Okay, I look a little bit crazy, but it's cool. It's fine. This just creates a nice base for those colors to pop, you know. Even if we're doing neutrals, like, I still want to have a nice foundation for that color scheme. So let's get going on the other side. And I'm not, you know, doing anything fancier in any particular way, just trying to spread the product and maintain some sort of order. Okay. All right, I think we've done it. Okay, so first things first, I usually like to take a nice size fluffy brush and hit up a mid-tone and get that swept all across the crease. So for our mid-tone today, let's see what we gonna do. That's a little dark. I think I'm gonna start off with this Zama. Get a little bit on the brush here. I'm just going to sweep that back and forth here. Okay. This is going to kind of get a wash of color on the lid. Not really a fan of this brush, but we'll see how we do here. Okay. And then once we're satisfied, we have some symmetry. I'm actually going to check this in my other mirror because doing this in the camera, I can see, but I just want to make sure that we're looking at the same thing on both eyes. So, okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to take a smaller brush and we're going to go in with a little something darker. So I'm going to go in with this color here. It's called Yodit or Yodi. I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these. And I'm going to go back into the crease, but I'm only going to go about halfway. So as you can see, because the brush is a little bit smaller, that color is a little bit more concentrated in that area. Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Go about halfway. And now depending on, you know, how you like to do your eyes, because the only thing left that, I mean, outside of obviously the, you know, mascara and lashes and stuff like that and liner, because we're going neutral, you know, I'm only going to do like, you know, like a little pop of color across the lid and then a little bit deeper shade to kind of tie it all in together. I'm going to start by doing the shade that goes across the lid because by the time I start to blend in that darker shade, excuse me, I don't want to, sometimes I end up overdoing it on the center color, but again, it's all about the correction. It's not how we apply, it's the cleanup that really counts. And so in that case, that's why I usually put that darker shade on last, because then I can kind of really clean up and kind of make the look a little bit, have a little bit more symmetry. So for this next step, I usually take a flatter, and I'm gonna use this one, a brush with like a, oh, hold on, maybe not this one. Where's my, I've got a color change tin, which I was like, oh, who would actually use that? Me, sis. Me. I would actually use that. I need to give my little brushy a bath. But in the interim, there. Just using a flat bristled brush. I'm going to actually now switch over to the Zova Caramel Melange and take, I don't want to do something too ostentatious. Let's go with 182 degrees Celsius, which is this shade here, and just see what it does. So just kind of swirl and get some on the tip. I'm just going to pat this onto the areas of the lid that still have a little bit of that white cast to it, all the way to the edge of the eye. And the same on the other side. Okay. Let me just double check over here. Looking good. All right. So now last thing we're going to do is take that brush again, kind of a smaller, it has a smaller tip to it that's still pretty fluffy, so we can do a little bit of blending. I'm going to go back to the Warrior 2, and then I'm going to come in with this color Kufuru. It's like a nice chocolatey brown. And I'm going to brush that diagonally down a little bit over the gold we just did, and then a little bit up and through. So I'm not even going to go halfway. I'm going to go a quarter of the way up and a quarter of the way in. So we got a nice little chocolatey layer there. All right. So now, once I do that, I'm going to do this to the other side, and then I'm going to go back with probably a larger brush with a little bit more fluff to it. And then take that color that we started with and just sweep that one more time through the crease area just to kind of blend everything. I'm going to deepen this up a little bit. The trick to this is just keep blending. Just keep blending, just keep blending, blending, blending. So I got a little bit more lift on the other side, so I think that's what we'll continue on with. Right now, I'm just trying to marry what I see on the other side here. Okay. And I'm gonna just go, sorry, another alarm. We're just going through and taking that initial shade and sweeping it back through to just kind of marry everything here. Okay. Neutral look. So next for me is the liner. And I don't want to do anything too crazy, you know. I'll let them meet the real made-up Kim when I get the job. But in the meantime, let's do something a little bit cash, shall we? So in this case, I had... I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not liking it at all. My favorite that I've been using thus far is by Tarte. Tarte has a dual-ended, oh, yay, wrong bucket. Here we go. Okay, it's Tarteist. It is the double take eyeliner. One side has the kohl pencil. The other side has the gel pen. I'm going to take the kohl pencil side, and we're just going to get real comfortable, real familiar real quick. I'm not the best. So it really helps when you have a product that kind of just glides, because I'm not really having to do a whole lot of work. Just try and do your best to keep it as close to that lash line as possible. We all make mistakes, and that's why God created lashes, because some of those sins can be concealed, you know. Here we go. A little better. You know, nothing crazy. Just so there's some color there, some definition going on. Yeah. So now let's get to the other side. Just knocking over stuff left and right. Yeah, when I said I was klutzy, I am like literally not joking. Just, blink, blink, blink. Oh my gosh, I don't care how many times I do my makeup. This is me. Please tell me I'm not the only one. You got one eye that does it more than the other? No? Just me? Anybody? Oh well, life goes on, doesn't it? It does. It does indeed. All right. Okay. I think we're looking pretty snazzy. Now, I got some wicked cool lashes online. Amazon, you already know. You already know. I'm not going to wear them today because they are not, they're not for an interview. Those are like boom, boom, pow in your face kind of. But the brand, I guess, is called Valicia. So if you see lashes that come in this kind of packaging, brace yourself, because honey, they are fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Love, 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 love these. I think we're just gonna go with the other pack that I got off Amazon. Like I said, I got a pack of like 5 different styles for $12. I don't know which we're gonna go with. Because I want something a little, maybe we'll go with these. I love Wispies. They're my absolute fave. Those are like my go-to. That's how I kind of got started into why I have one. I don't know. Don't ask. But let me see. This is where I got started getting like into lashes and really just appreciating kind of the look. You know, because I never really got it. I was like, oh, you know, they don't really do a whole lot for me. Yeah, they do. I don't know. You know, not everybody's into them, but I feel so just snazzy, glamorous. Now, with the addition of my new friends, I have to use my tools because I'm not quite yet comfortable getting like in with my nails. So first things first, you definitely want to trim these down to fit your eye. So I usually try and go in ooh, can you see? A couple whiffs and just cut off that front little bit. And that usually does it. Yeah, because these ones from Amazon are really long. They're really, really long. And then I'll just take its little partner and do the same thing. Just take that little front part and snip it right off. Actually, I may have to do a little more on this one. Okay. Okay, so next thing is the glue, and for this, I bought which I bought it, forgot about it, found it, and yippee! The Velour Lash Glue. This has actually been working really, really well for me. Super happy about that. They have a good wear on it. I don't feel like they're ever loose or coming up. But anyhow, I use my handy dandy lash tool. And I set my lash in there like so. Then I take the glue. And just apply it to the lash. And just let it dry for a little bit. Now, usually the way that I apply these is so different from doing it with my hands, you know, because there's a lot more faith applied here. But I try and like plop it down on the center and then go through and squeeze it with the tool and to make sure that it's on. So as you can see, you want to get it close to that lash line. And then I will, yeah, I can tell this one's not on, but without trying to pinch my little eyeballs off. We'll go through. It's a lot trickier and a lot more tedious than what I'm used to. Yeah, this one's not going on the way I want it to. Let's see if I can. Get this to do it. Worst case scenario, we take it off and we try again. Actually, Let's see, did we do it? I think we got a little bit of, yeah, I got a little bit of lift in that corner. So not bad. If I can try and correct this here, I will. I will usually take a little bit of the Lash Glue. And if I can get it, gosh, I'm gonna have to come up really close with you guys. Get it on the lash. Oh no, hold on. Okay. And then we'll just take that tool. And really encourage that lash to get in line. Okay. So it's a little funky fresh, but I'm going to take a really tiny brush here and fix the mayhem. It's like the nothing never was. Okay. So that's cool. And now we will do the other side. So like I said, it does take a little bit more effort than what I'm typically down for, but hey, when you gotta get a look together, you gotta get a look together. So same thing, taking my Lash Glue, just applying it right on there. And I'm sorry, I guess I should have had a warning for those of you who are squeamish and aren't into like staring directly into my eyeballs. I apologize. I most sincerely do. This is the last one, so if you want to fast forward through this next part, feel free. Feel free. Actually, I'm really like feeling this like chocolatey thing we got going on. Okay. Ooh. Definitely want to make sure your tool's got a good grip on that, because you want to have control over what you're doing. Try to get this as close to that. Oh, don't you do it. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's see. That's why I like to use my, oh no. It's kind of why I like to use my hands, but not so I could do that. Ah, here we go again. Oh man, so you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes this just takes a little bit longer than, you know, originally planned, but if at first you don't succeed, you try and try again. So here I am. I mean, obviously we can see the end result there's a huge difference that makes. You see what I'm saying? Like, it just creates such a nice, like, look to the eye. And I mean, this is all with like no foundation on too, no blush, no contour, no nothing. So really excited to see this come together. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Hopefully we can get it. Oh gosh, oh gosh. This just isn't going to play fair today. Let's see. Wow. Wow. Okay, give me just a moment. Let me try this one in the mirror. All right, so far we're kind of having a similar issue with this corner not really coming together. So I will say this too, you know, the type of lashes you use does matter. Like, I really do enjoy these little $12 lashes, but I will say just from experience, because they're really loose and they're really like flimsy. These work really well with the Kiss glue like pen that they have. Eyelash glue pen that they have. But the, you know, up to a certain degree, at least from what I've seen, you know, kind of the more you invest in the price of your lash, you're going to get a better quality. And I say up to a certain degree because, you know, everybody's got their own different thing. You know, these, like I said, it was $12 for a 50 pack. Like, you could get, you know, for 12 bucks, there's certain lashes you couldn't even get for $12. But I had a pair that I got, like Kiss has like kind of a advanced line, if you will. Ardell does as well, and I've found that, you know, kind of the more investment that has been placed in that, the better the quality of lash that I've gotten. Like, the bands are a little bit thicker, so they're easier to place, they're easier to kind of mold. Let's see, is the third time the charm? Is it? Ladies and gentlemen, we have impact. Okay. Got a lot of cleanup to do on this eye, but we have lashes, ladies and gentlemen, we have lashes. Holy smokes, Batman. Okay, now next thing that I'm going to do is make sure, before I start blinking, that this is dry. Wow, that took a lot. That took a lot. And I have to reline, as you can see, and do some cleanup, but it's all good. It is all good. I'm kind of getting a little bit of lift out of this corner, which I'm not shocked by, but I'm still just kind of disappointed that it's taken all of that. So anyway, onward ho. Let's see what we can do. About cleaning that up. And then I am going to go over it with the gel side of this. Okay. Same on this side. Uh-oh. Hopefully my interview goes better than this. Jeez Louise. Okay. All right. So now that we've got that going, we can kind of move on to our base. So, I found a new trick that works for me. I don't know if you've ever had like a foundation that you wore in the winter that you're trying to work through into a summer shade, or like, let's say you ordered a foundation offline like me and the color is just kind of a little off. Well, I had that happen, and I found that when I went in and did my color correcting first and then layered that foundation on top, it actually started to look a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to do. I am color correcting with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is, oh, I guess the shade doesn't have a, it's called the reddish corrector, like legit reddish. And so for all of my dark spots, and of course this lovely area here, yes, even under my eyes, I'm going to just kind of dab this on here, and then I'm going to go dampen my sponge to blend this out, and then we're going to layer the foundation on top, and you'll see what I'm saying. Because the foundation that I got is in the right, like, color family. But sometimes it's just hard because it's like, you know, you'll find something and then the direct shade above and below are just a shade above and below you. So that's okay. Even gonna get my neck. Okay. That is that. Now let me get my little spongy. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so now just tapping this in. Keep going. All right. Excuse me 1 second. Okay. All right. And now I'm going to take my newer foundation. This is... I forgot my primer. Well, I was like, why does my face feel a little tight right now? Well, sis, that'll be why. Gosh. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna be a little innovative here. I'm going to take my foundation, and I have a primer serum that I'm gonna mix it with, and let's see if that works. I think I'm trying not to be a bundle of nerves at the moment. It's not working, but oh well, what you gonna do? Let me find it. This one is actually by Wet n Wild. Yeah, here you are. Yeah. Prime Focus, Wet n Wild, Primer Base Serum. We're going to... And yet another alarm. We're just winning this morning, folks. So right now I'm looking for kind of like a vessel I can do this in. Let's see. Let me see what we can do here. I think, well, let's use the top of this here. Let's see what we can do. Let's just say a nice thank you to the Body Shop for this inadvertent palette that we're going to make here. I'm just cleansing the top here of any dust and debris before we use it for its unintended purposes. Okay, I'm going to take another cotton round and dry it off. Okay. So now we're going to take the foundation. This is in the shade Henna. Okay. And I'm going to take my primer serum. And just drop it right in there. I did about 6 drops, which is pretty much what I would do on my face. And now I'm going to take my blender, just dab it all together. We're going to start blending this in. So as you can see, this was what I had selected for my winter shade. However, it just wasn't quite right. But that's okay. That's where we enter the lovely world of contour, because even if it don't look right now, which actually is not that bad, we can always turn it into something. So I'm going to take now this part of my blender, because the areas that we're getting up here are a little bit smaller. Just kind of getting that around. Okay. And then of course, take what we kind of have left here and hit the neck. And this I just try to blend down as much as I can. Now, as you can see, the coverage is not that bad at all. I'm going to still apply powder over top, but, you know, as far as on the camera sitting here, pretty pleased with that. Okay. Alrighty, so let me clean this back off, and we'll just pretend like that didn't happen. But at least I'm glad I have got my foundation, and I have some type of primer going on. Okay. All right. So next up, let's see, what shall we do? What shall we do? Let's put our powder on just to kind of set some of these areas that we want. I am actually going to use my illuminating banana powder from Dermablend. I have their setting powder. I haven't used this one before, so this will be a first. This will be a first. And this is just to kind of, you know, just as it says, it's to illuminate. And so the areas that I will be putting this in, excuse me, I'm just popping the top on this bad boy. Just underneath my eye, a little bit down the nose, and a little bit through here, okay? So I usually like to close this up and turn it out a bit. That way there's some that I can kind of just easily grab. I'm going to take that same moisten blender. Pick up the powder. and apply it to the under eye area here. Okay. And do the same to the other side. Okay. Trying to make sure we're covering the same amount of space. I don't want any. There we go. Okay. And we're going to take the very edge. Just apply a line. Straight down, straightish down. Here. And here. Someone save me from these alarms, please. We're still doing good on time, but... I'm trying here, folks. All right, much better. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a minute. Now, I'm gonna take this time to get everything kind of put back in order so I can find things pretty easily and not just guess. And then once I'm done, we're gonna brush this off and see what we got. Just put my brow stuff away. That lip product I had, I think I talked to you guys about it before, but this is Artistry Studio. You can get this from a company called Amway. If you need a person, let me know. I got a person. My friend Aisha Williams is a independent owner who offers a lot of different lifestyle products, but in this case, you know, I have the lip product. I use a lot of their like wellness line. Like I have these like drop-in inserts for my water to help with like joints and things like that. My protein powder I get from Amway, even my snacks, energy drinks. I'm telling you, they've got it all. So just, you can leave me a comment here if you want to talk more about that. I can put you in touch with my gal. But this lip product, it's a balm and an overnight mask. And let me just, I'm going to do a testimonial here because, I have had a like legit split lip that in 3 applications throughout the day healed. And I don't like, I mean, because you know when your lips are dry and they hurt and you got this, it is a hot mess. But I kid you not, like I'll apply 1 layer and let that sit. Once I start to feel it wear off, put another on. And by the 3rd go around, like I am feeling so much better. Like there is, ooh, I can't deal with, you know, and it happens like in the drier months. That's pretty typical. It's not fun, but it's typical. So, okay, we're just about there. I actually want to pull back out my blush palettes from Juvia. Let's see what we're gonna do there. I've got all the things. I'm sorry, folks. I've got all the things. So I just want to make sure that I can easily find my stuff. I don't think that's going to fit in there. Shoot. I've got a homeless highlighter. What's a girl to do? Okay. All right, let's find us a nice little fluffy brush. We're just gonna brush the excess out of there, but that was illuminating, my goodness. Okay, so actually, usually I might throw like a little color underneath here. I might. Let's see what we got. I got the caramel melange right here. Let's just throw this little like mid-brown shade underneath the eye here. I'm going to take a really eensy brush. And just work that color underneath. And then we'll put on our mascara. Okay. Since we're already on it, this is from the Artistry Studio. Again, one of those products by Amway. I'm going to just put a little underneath here to kind of marry those lashes. Mine and the ones that I purchased. Ooh, buddy. Okay. And then wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okie dokie. I'm good with that. All right. On to the blush. Actually, no. We're going to contour first. So, I have a contouring palette from Morphe. It's a face palette, but it's got, this one is in Deep Glam. And so they've got a lot of different like colors. They've got brightener, 2 bronzers, a contour, 2 blushes, and 2 highlighters. I haven't tried their contour. It's very, very deep. Let's try it. I'm game. We've already done a whole bunch of stuff today. Why not? So, this brush that I have, wow, yeah, that's deep. I'm just going to pat. It's actually, the brush itself is not meant for brush strokes. It is just meant to kind of pat the shade in. I'm trying not to go too deep into my hollows here because it is, like I said, is a very deep shade, but as you can see, I'm just kind of doing my best to pat that in. Same on this side. Doing a little bit of dragging to get that to match that side. Okay. So I'm gonna take the lighter in this bronzer here, and this one I'm gonna take down the sides of my nose. You want to blend that one kind of up and into the brow area there, so it kind of creates that, we're creating an optical illusion here about the shape of my nose. Not that I love my nose, first off. Let's start there. But I love a good contour. Like literally, I remember getting this phone, and the guy at the store, I was saying how, you know, because it's got the Face ID to unlock. And I said, but what happens when I do my makeup? You know, is my phone going to recognize me? He's like, oh no, your phone should always recognize you. Contour game real strong, because I had a whole day where I did a beat on my face and my phone didn't know who the heck I was. I was like, okay. All right. All right. I'm good with that. Let's go in with our blush. Here's my blush brush. Here we go. So they have the Saharan Blush Volume 1 from Juvia. And Juvia also has a Saharan Blush number 2, which I'm sure this is the one we're going to go with. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to actually pick up 2 shades. I'm going to pick up Yara and Tau. I'm just going to work those up from the apples of my cheek going up. Just continuing to add the warmth to the look here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Lastly, we are going to highlight, and since it's out, yay, and it's the right one, I'm going to use, again from Juvia, this is the Heroin Glow 1. And I've got a pretty fluffy highlighter brush, so I'm only going to use the side of it. So I'm going to sweep the side. Beauty miss. Okay. Same thing on this side. Okay. Get a little bit on the nosy. Okay. And actually, I'm going to take a small brush. Actually, this one here, really tiny. I'm going to take that same highlight and hit my brows. Just pulling it underneath there. Now, sometimes I would take like a lighter highlight and just pop it on the inner corner of my lash. But, you know, I really want to keep this, you know, as conservative as this look is going to get, basically. All right, and then last thing we're going to do is our lips. I wanted to continue with Juvia. I have this lipstick that I love so much. It's in the shade hashtag 2020, but look at that. So pretty. I'm actually going to pre-line my lips with the chocolate liner from NYX called Club Hopper, if I can find it. I just had it. There she is. All right. Chocolate. Ooh. I actually need to sharpen this one. Apparently I love it a little too much. What did I do? I just had my sharpener out the other day too. Ah, there you are. Definitely don't want to drag like a tight-edged lip liner on your lips. I'm just going to start in the corner and kind of contour around my lip. And then on the top, I start in the center and work my way out. Okay. And then we're going to place that color 2020 right in the center. Super creamy. And it smells good too. And just blend. All right, and I am actually going to line it again. And just barely blend this time. So the first time is to deepen the shade. And the second time is to kind of give it that ombre feel. And here we are. I am actually going to, because I feel like on my nosy, and it may just be because of the lights, but give that a blend down. last thing, setting spray. For a look like this, if I was going out, I would definitely use my MAC Fix Plus with gold spray, but I'm going to go with the Smashbox Photo Finish setting spray just because that Fix Plus has all those gold highlights that I don't really need to get. That's not what I need to get the job. So anyhow. Get that going. And we're all set. So that is the interview look, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed. I will be working on my hair, and I wish me luck. Fingers crossed. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Bye.